you wrote an interesting column.
Yeah.
I think that's already out.
Yeah, it's already out. It's going to be in the printed form on Monday. But look, if you're trying to find more than, you were just talking about it, if you're trying to find more than 1 or 2% on your money, you're going to be hard pressed to find that in the stock market or the bond market. So I came up with 5 other ideas, and the first one was grow some trees. So buy some woodland. You can get woodland in New Hampshire for $1,500 an acre.
Okay.
And you can get a cord of wood per acre per year, and that'll net you, if you cut it and dry it, $115 for a cord.
Okay, so is this for resale or for one's own use? Either way.
Either way, the $115 will be for resale. If you get someone else to chop it down, you get much less.
And what does that yield equal there on that investment?
That's about 7%. You got to get out there with the axe and the chainsaw and do that yourself.
But that's capital investment you got to put in there.
Well, you got to put $1,500 down for the land per acre, and you probably need 1 chainsaw, but that's not a huge amount. A lot of people have a chainsaw, and you got to get some exercise. And if you're too old to do it, get your kids.
Simon, this is a scary tip, I think, for most Americans. When you think about this, right, it might make sense to make a few extra bucks, but we want to believe that the institutions are aligned at some sort of economic equilibrium where we can put actual capital to risk and get a return without buying a chainsaw.
You are an optimist, aren't you?
And woodlands in New Hampshire, for God's sake.
You're an optimist, aren't you? You can also, I hear what you're saying, but for some people this will be a good thing. Because if you can control what you're doing, and you can control what you're doing, people can feel a lot happier with that.
Okay, let's talk about some other examples.
So that's one. You can also do the maple syrup taps, and that's good too. So the other thing is that you can make loans. So if you've ever been asked to co-sign a loan, I don't know if you've ever had any relatives say, Dennis, can you just sign this? Well, that's really bad news, because you're on the hook for the loan, but you get no interest. So instead, make the loan. Get an agreement drawn up, get a legal agreement, and then you can get the 10% or the 15% on the loan, and you're on the hook for it, but yes, you're going to get the interest. And so that can be really good, or you can do that through
But how can you do that, right? Borrowing rates are so low right now. One can buy a 30-year mortgage for 3.75%.
But that's a secured loan, right? That's a secured loan with the house as collateral, right? And that's also with government intervention in that market. We're talking about unsecured loans. Okay, so unsecured loans. So say I want to buy a car, or I want to go on holiday, and I need $1,000 from you, Dennis. You make me the loan of $1,000, 15% or whatever, 12%, whatever it is. Then, Now, there are places online where one can do this too. Prosper.com is a place you can do that, and you can make the loans to people. And have you done that? Have I done that? No. I would love to read a column, Simon. That would be front-running, I think, if I had done that before the column. Wouldn't that be fun? I would love for you to you'll play your role as banker and choose someone and see if you get your interest rate paid back. It'd be pretty interesting. Now, what you've got to do with that, you've got to make a number of different bets, because someone's not going to pay and other people are going to pay, so it's going to average out. Portfolio management. Okay. Tutoring students. Yeah, tutoring students. So say you've been an engineer for 30 years, you're going to know mathematics. You've got to, because that was your job. So why not teach some kids how to add up and subtract and multiply? And you could get up to $200 an hour for that. Probably lower, probably more like 75 to 100. But that's pretty good. And you get to actually pass on some knowledge to the next generation. And that is, in fact, the bigger part of the payment. These do not seem unsensible, Simon, but they kind of have this, like, we live in Greece kind of feel, right? Retirees hustling, tapping trees, cutting down trees to make a few extra percentage points. Are we at that point in American history? Well, I don't know about that. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. What I really wanted to do with this piece was I wanted people to start getting away from this idea that everything you think about with income is either a standard product, a stock, or a bond. I wanted people's creative juices to get flowing. And if someone picks up this and says, these are all terrible, I hate them, but I have this other idea that will net me income, then I think that's fabulous. So if you've got your own idea, go out there, be enterprising. Yeah, be enterprising. That's what this country is about. Be enterprising, and the other one we put down there is preferred stock, which is more in the box, and that can yield you like 6-7%. Hey Simon, you got me thinking. I didn't agree with all of them, but you're totally right. It's not just about going on a website and clicking a stock and a bond, right? Maybe some just real world ingenuity.